UFC 321 is going down this weekend, which means, of course, I'm here to give you guys my predictions for most of the card. We got a lot to go through, so without further ado, let's just get right into it. Kicking us off, we have a fight in the heavyweight division. We have Hamdi Abdelwahab taking on Chris Barnett. Fan favorite Chris Barnett is back, but I don't know if things are going to go too well for him. Hamdi Abdelwahab isn't the greatest of fighters, isn't some world beater, but at the end of the day, he's fighting in his hometown. We know what happens when fighters fight at home. They tend to get favored on the judges' scorecards, and that's exactly what I see happening here. I don't think either guy is going to be able to finish one or the other, and I think that means that Hamdi Abdelwahab is just going to coast himself to a comfortable decision victory in front of his home fans. I don't think it's going to be a crazy fight. Nothing special. That's just how it's going to go. Next up, we have Nathaniel Wood taking on Jose Delgado. Nathaniel Wood's been around the featherweight division for quite a while now. He's taken on some tough dudes. He's an extremely technical fighter, great striking. We know Nathaniel Wood is awesome. Jose Delgado, on the other hand, he's a bit newer to the UFC, but he's very fun and exciting. Had some great moments on the Contender Series, which booked him a ticket to the big show, and this is his toughest fight by far. Surprisingly, Jose Delgado's coming in as a -148 favorite versus Nathaniel Wood, who's at +124, which I find ridiculous and kind of crazy. I think Delgado's a beast. I think he's going to be a problem at 145, but he's taking on Nathaniel Wood, a veteran at 145, a dude who is very good everywhere. I think Nathaniel Wood's going to win this one. I think experience is going to help him, and he should also pick up a decision victory here. Moving up the card, another fun one in the lightweight division. Ludovic Klein is taking on Mateusz Rebecki. Ludovic Klein is coming in as the favorite in this matchup, while Mateusz Rebecki's coming in as the underdog, and I'm pretty surprised with that, to be honest. Ludovic Klein is an extremely technical fighter, very well-rounded. He's good everywhere, and he's great, but for some reason, he just can't break into the top of the lightweight division like a lot of people expect him to. And he's fighting a dude here, Mateusz Rebecki, who's on a bit of a win streak. He's feeling himself right now. He's got very powerful punches. And I think that Ludovic Klein, if he finds himself on bottom at any point in this fight, I think that could be very damaging for him. I don't know. This one is very tough to predict, honestly. It's kind of a toss-up. I'm going to lean with Rebecki because I've seen more from him as of late, and also I like the price of him as an underdog, so if you are betting, that's something to look at as well. Next up, Ikram Aliskerov takes on Junyoung Park, and I'm going to pick Ikram to win this fight. Aliskerov, he's very good, very powerful, very good striker. We've seen what he's about at this point. Obviously, the Robert Whittaker fight came a little too soon for him, but I do think he's pushing up the division, and he will be in big fights in the future. I think this is one of the ones you have to win, though, and you got to win it impressively and in fashion in front of the Abu Dhabi crowd. Ikram Aliskerov, I think he has a big night. Moving up the card now, Nasrat Hackaras takes on Quillan Salakid. This is a fun one at 155. Salakid has looked really awesome in the very few fights I've seen him in. Honestly, his UFC debut was incredible. He displayed great wrestling, great grappling, and great striking. But he's coming in against Nasrat Hackaras, a dude who is kind of dangling around the 15 to 25 range at the lightweight division. He's good, but not good enough to break in to the elite of the division. This is a really tough matchup for him. Hackaras is going to be with some sort of home support in Abu Dhabi, and I think that's going to make it very difficult for Quinlan. The odd makers seem to be pretty torn on this matchup, though. They have Hackaras as a -105, and then they have Quillan Salakid at -115, so odds are pretty even here. I'm leaning towards Salakid because I think he's really explosive, and the thing with Hackaras is I think he takes his foot off the gas a little too early in fights, and then it could end up biting him in the ass. And I think that's what's going to happen here. I think Salakid is going to have the better gas tank. He's going to be able to apply more pressure. And I think he's actually going to get an upset here. A lot of people are going to pick Hackaras due to the experience. But I don't know, man. Something about Quillan Salakid. That guy's special. On to the main card now, and what a main card it is. I mean, this whole card is stacked, but this main card in particular I love. Kicking us off, Alexander Rakic takes on the undefeated Osman Mirzakhanov. This is going to be a striker's delight no matter how long it lasts. Alexander Rakic, of course, things have not been going well for him. He's lost a couple of fights recently. He's now changed gyms, and he's looking to kind of reinvent himself against Mirzakhanov, which may be very tough to do because Mirzakhanov has been running through his opponents. He's built up a nice win streak now in the light heavyweight division. He has the longest active winning streak amongst the ranked light heavyweight division men, and I don't know. A lot of people are going to pick him to win this fight, and rightfully so. Mirzakhanov is a beast, and Rakic hasn't really shown us much of late. The line for this fight is really close as well. Rakic is coming in at -112, while Murzakanov is coming in at -108. So clearly it's a lot closer than people are expecting it to be. And honestly, I'm going to go with the upset here. I think Alexander Rakic is going to KO Osman Murzakanov. Rakic, for me, has always been one of the most interesting strikers. I think he's very good, very powerful. It's just he's been fighting the best dudes in the world, and they've just been getting the better of him. And Murzakanov may be in that category with some of the dudes that he's lost to, but I don't know. I just don't see it happening this time. I think Rakic, with the new gym, with a new camp, with a different approach, I think he can actually go in there and beat Murzakanov. Don't empty your gas tank early. Be patient, pick your shots, and I don't see why Rakic can't stay on the outside and pick Murzakanov apart. Rakic via KO, that's going to be my pick. Next up, a number one contenders fight in the heavyweight division, Alexander Volkov versus Jailton Almeida. This is another tough one to predict. These are two very high-level dudes. I mean, if you ask Daniel Cormier, Jailton Almeida is pretty ass. I don't know if you guys saw that clip, but that was hilarious. Anyways, back to the prediction. Volkov, I think, is going to win this fight, to be honest. Alexander Volkov, what we've seen over the past few years from him is that he's evolving. He has a grappling game, he's able to strike, and he's using his size to his advantage. He's the tallest dude in the heavyweight division, and he's finally actually using that to his advantage. Volkov, he got screwed over by Cyril Gane in his last fight, and I think he rights that wrong this time. Jailton Almeida, while he is an excellent grappler, he's just too one-dimensional for me. And as we saw against Curtis Blades, that doesn't always work. Volkov's takedown defense has improved. I think Volkov's going to get his hand raised here. It's a 3-round fight. I think he can do enough in 2 of the rounds at least to get his hand raised in the end. Alexander Volkov via decision. That's going to be my pick. Now on to my most anticipated fight on this card, Mario Bautista versus Umar Nurmagomedov. I already broke this fight down, but I'll do it again because why not? This is absolutely going to be a barn burner. You have Umar, who's coming off of the loss to Merab. He's looking to avenge that and make a big statement. Dana White even asked him to at the press conference, so Umar has to come with some heat for this fight. That's not going to be very easy, though, because Mario Bautista is no slouch. He's a great grappler himself. He's looking to continue his 9-fight win streak and continue his trajectory towards the title. Is this a number one contenders fight? Tough to gauge, honestly. There's so many contenders at 135, but either way, I think this is going to be very, very good. I think Umar needs to keep this on the feet because he is the much better striker and a very good striker at that. And I think wrestling, while he may have the advantage, it's Mario Bautista, and that's what he's known for. So I think Umar, if he keeps this on the feet, he can definitely win this fight. But I don't think he's going to get the finish. I think Mario's too tough to finish. I think Umar Nurmagomedov via decision is the best pick for this matchup, and I think that's how he's going to win. These odds are absolutely disrespectful, though. Umar's coming in at a -625 favorite, while Mario's at +425. I know I just picked Umar, but it shouldn't be that big of a difference. Now on to the co-main event for the strawweight title. Mackenzie Dern is taking on Virna Jandiroba. This should be a pretty exciting matchup. These two ladies have fought before, and their first fight was pretty awesome, which is why I think they booked this one. They obviously want Mackenzie Dern to become the champion here because she's the biggest face, arguably, in female MMA right now. I mean, her, Tracy Cortez, Zhang Wei Li, those are probably the big stars. And Mackenzie Dern is definitely one of them. She's easily marketable for many reasons, obviously. And I think they really want her to win this fight. But is she actually going to win? Because honestly, I think between the two, Virna's the one who's improved a lot more since their first fight. Mackenzie, her striking always looks great on pads. She always looked like they're very powerful. She's very hungry. But then once she gets in the cage, you don't feel any of that sting. She seems much slower than her opponent. She seems outclassed on the feet. And really the only path to victory for her feels like a submission. Because I don't know if she's going to beat Virna over 5 rounds this time. Their first fight was 3, and that helped her. But this time it's 5 rounds. That is very different. And I don't know if Mackenzie can win on the judges' scorecards. Because I think Virna has the better gas tank and is the more technical fighter, and she'll be able to go longer. Mackenzie is going to need a finish in this fight in order to win it, in my opinion. And honestly, I think she might get it because she just, whatever she is, she does stuff sometimes that kind of pisses me off because it's just kind of boneheaded decisions, but you can't say anything about her jiu-jitsu. It's elite. And Virna Jandiroba, she's there to be had at. Yeah, she's looked good recently, but I mean, it's women's MMA. Anything can happen. If Mackenzie Dern can take Virna down, can get close to locking up a submission, she's going to win this fight. And I'm going to say she does. I'm going to back her to do it. The UFC wants her to win. Honestly, I kind of want her to win too, to be honest. So I'm going to say Mackenzie Dern wins this fight, but I would not be surprised whatsoever if Verna was the one who ended up winning. Last but certainly not least, on to the main event, Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane. I also broke this one down. You could check that video out if you want a more in-depth explanation, but I'm going to keep it short and simple. Tom Aspinall, I'm taking to win this fight, and he's going to win this fight probably in the first round, maybe the second. I don't think he's going to KO Ciryl, though. I think people are overlooking how good Ciryl is on the feet, and I think Tom knows that, so he's going to take him down, and he's going to sub him. That's how I see it happening. Quick fight, hopefully a quick turnaround for Tom. Hopefully he can fight Alex Pereira or something more interesting, and hopefully we can just finally get past this Ciryl Gane title shot bullshit because, I mean, it's undeserved and he's just not at the level to hold UFC gold at the moment. Now time for some of my best bets that you can be making for the card. There's 4 underdogs I love on this card. Kind of went over it briefly before, but I'll mention them again. Alexander Volkov, Alexander Rakic, Matthias Rebecki, and Nathaniel Wood. At the time of recording, you can get all those guys for plus money. And if that's the case, you have to be bouncing on that opportunity. If I were to narrow it down a little more, I'd probably say Wood is probably my favorite, and then Alexander Volkov. So target those 2 for sure. I don't mind the other ones. And yeah, be on the lookout for more parlays throughout the week. I'm going to be posting a few because there's just a lot of fun bets you can be making for this card. But there you guys have it. That's going to conclude my UFC 321 predictions. Let me know if you guys agree with me in the comments down below. Also, drop your picks as well. Let's have a discussion. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you all for watching this video. Be on the lookout for more videos just like this one. I'll catch you all in the next one.